Have you ever found yourself completely stuck trying to translate your thoughts from Malayalam into spoken English? Well, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're tossing out all that confusing grammar jargon. Instead, we're going to explore a really cool magic tool. We'll be uncovering the secret engine words that will literally drive your English sentences by mapping them directly to your natural Malayalam thoughts. It's an absolute game changer. Here's the roadmap for our explainer today. We're going to build your speaking skills block by block. We'll kick things off with the foundational English magic engine words, shift into present and past magic codes, unlock the question magic, and then tackle possession and possibility. We'll wrap the whole shebang up with magic tense formulas and some super practical shortcuts you can use every single day.
All right, part 1, English magic engine words. Let's dive right in and unlock the absolute foundation of the English language. Now, in a traditional classroom, you'd probably hear these called helping verbs, but honestly, let's reframe that. Think of them as magic words, or better yet, engine words. These are tiny, incredibly simple words that do all the heavy lifting in a sentence. You see, by just learning how to use these little engines, building and driving all sorts of English sentences becomes a breeze. You really don't need a massive vocabulary to get started. You just need a reliable engine.
Moving right along to section 2, present and past magic codes. Let's look at how we talk about who we are right now and where we were in the past. Think of this as a super simple matching game. It perfectly organizes the chaos by showing exactly which subjects connect with which present tense engines, am, is, and are. So if you're talking about yourself using I, you always lock it in with am. For singular subjects like he, she, or it, you use is. And for plural subjects or you plug in are. Simple, right? Here is where the magic happens. You can completely bypass all that clunky, confusing translation in your head. When your natural Malayalam thought leans toward expressing how something is right now, that state of being, that's your instant trigger to use the English engine words is, am, or are. So, expressing that you are happy instantly becomes I am happy. Stating that someone else is occupied effortlessly translates to he is busy. You aren't guessing the grammar, you're just applying the code. Okay, let's time travel to the past for a second. What happens when your brain is thinking in the past tense? When your thought shifts to how things were, your English engine effortlessly maps over to was or were, depending on who you're talking about. Expressing that you were exhausted just becomes I was tired. Mentioning that a group of people were at their house maps perfectly to they were at home. It's amazing how seamlessly your native thought dictates the exact English engine word. Section 3, the question magic. We've got our states of being down, so let's unlock a totally new superpower.
We all know this is a huge hurdle. It's one thing to make statements, but how on earth do we ask questions smoothly without our brains doing backflips over the grammar? Well, let's look at the shortcut.
To ask questions smoothly in the present tense, you just need to rely on the engine words do and does. Just like we saw a minute ago, it's all about matching. I, you, we, and they pair up with do. He, she, and it pair with does. Consider this the ignition switch for starting any question.
Notice the rhythm here. When your native thought ends with a questioning tone about doing an action, it directly triggers that do or does engine to kickstart your English sentence. Asking if someone works simply becomes do you work? Asking if a guy speaks a language turns into does he speak English? The actual question word is practically built right into the engine itself.
Now, what's really fascinating here is the clear distinction we make for past actions. If you're simply asking if something happened at all, you start the engine with did. For example, asking if someone went somewhere becomes did you go? But if you are confirming that an action is completely 100% finished, you shift to done. So confirming the homework is finished becomes she has done homework.
On to section 4, possession and possibility magic. With questions out of the way, let's explore how to talk about ownership, possibilities, and strict rules.
When you want to express ownership, that specific native feeling of having or possessing something is your trigger. To say you own a car, you simply check your subject. I pairs up with have, giving us I have a car. For he or she, you switch to has. And if we're talking about the past, like saying you previously owned a bike, the magic code is super easy. It's just had for absolutely everyone. I had a bike. Now let's compare a really crucial nuance. When there is just a soft possibility of something happening, you use the soft engines, may or might. Expressing that someone might arrive becomes he may come.
But when you need to upgrade that to a strong rule or a strict requirement, you absolutely have to use the strong engine must. Telling someone to hit the books isn't just a suggestion, it's you must study. It's all about picking the engine that matches the power of your intent.
Section 5, Magic Tense Formulas. Let's see how these tools build into complete sentences. And hey, don't let the word tense freak you out. We're literally just plugging in our codes.
Using the verb eat as our example here, you can clearly see how the action word shapeshifts. If you're doing it right now, it's just I eat. If you did it yesterday, it shifts to I ate. And if you have totally polished off your plate and the action is completed, it becomes I have eaten.
Building a present continuous sentence, which is just a fancy way of talking about what is happening exactly right this second, is a simple 3-step recipe. Step 1, grab your subject, like I. Step 2, grab your engine word for the present, which is am. Step 3, take your action and just stick ing on the end of it, so study becomes studying. Stir it all together and you get a perfect sentence, I am studying.
And bridging the past and the future is just as easy. For the past formula, you just swap in the was or were engine. Stating a guy was in his house seamlessly becomes he was at home. For the future, when you're looking ahead, your go-to engine is always will. Saying you're going to arrive somewhere transforms instantly into I will come.
All right, Section 6, Super Shortcuts and Practice. We have officially arrived at the final stage, where we roll absolutely everything we've learned into one direct shortcut for your daily practice.
Listen, this right here is your master key. This slide completely bridges the gap between the two languages. Whenever you feel these specific concepts in your native thoughts, your brain should instantly reach for the corresponding English code on the right. Thinking of a present state, think am, is, or are. Thinking about a future action, reach for will. This framework is honestly the core of this entire explainer.
To make it even stickier in your brain, memorize this brief summary block. It groups the engines by their actual job. Present state, am, is, are. Past state, was, were. Future, will. Asking a question, do, does, did. Showing ownership, have, has, had. Locking this cheat sheet into your mind guarantees you'll have lightning-fast access during real conversations.
But of course, just knowing the magic isn't quite enough, right? You've actually got to cast the spell. Read these 6 microwins out loud every single day. I am learning English. I was busy yesterday. I will improve. Doing this daily builds the rhythm and the muscle memory you absolutely need for confident spoken English. You are literally training your brain to use these engines on autopilot. With the magic codes unlocked, all that dry academic jargon stripped away, and your direct bridge to English fully built, you have everything you need to start speaking with confidence today. So, I'll leave you with this exciting thought to chew on as we wrap up. You now possess the engine words. Where will your English journey take you tomorrow? Keep practicing those connections, and I will catch you in the next explainer.